just check out the mess we've got going on behind us. I've been on a repair of a Dreamcast that's actually taken me many hours, even to the point where I've completely swapped the motherboard, reinstalled all mods, and then found the problem to be an incredibly simple issue. Now obviously the solution's always in the detail, and it's knowledge that helps us get there, but I want to show you what happened on this and show you how unique and very difficult this problem was to find. It's a heavily modified Dreamcast, so we have a GDMU that's in bits at the moment. We've got a power supply, we've got the HDMI PixelFX mod, we've got a silent Noctua fan, and the problem was, well, there were several problems. I've fixed the PixelFX issue, there was an issue with that. The remaining problem was this. Let's just first remove the extension and plug in the customer's card, and if we turn on, we can see we just get permanent orange light or flicking orange light. The screen locks onto a signal, HDMI, but a black screen. The VMU does nothing. We can repeat this several times. You'll get the odd time, very rarely, where it boots and you're not sure why. Now, ultimately, I found the problem. The lock switch here, so see the write protector's on. That shouldn't be on, it won't boot with it on. So turn it off, and then if we reinsert now, and turn on, you can see the light doesn't go off, and we get to tell that it works because the VMU, let me see if I can see that again, the VMU comes up with a solid block pixel screen. So if we just turn on again, see how you get that solid pixel block screen, followed by a successful boot. Now, the issue, obviously, with this being in write protect mode is fairly common knowledge. Not always, you might not know that. But the interesting thing is, how did this actually happen? So you can see it boots perfectly fine. Now, if we remove this, and we say, okay, this is all good, let's reconnect the extension. So we'll just go ahead and plug this in here. And then in here, we'll just insert the card. If we just take it like this, plug it in, and now power up. And look at that, it kind of boots. This is sometimes better or worse, it sometimes holds it up completely, but it's saying insert disk. Now we've obviously got this, and it's connected, and this is what's taken me forever to figure out. I've ended up replacing the GDMU completely. I even replaced the whole motherboard, but that was for a PixelFX issue, not necessarily that. And this issue boiled down to when we insert it into this specific extension socket. Let's take a look at what's happened. So if we take this out, look at that. So see how that slider has slightly moved? That's enough to stop it working. It needs to be locked back in. But the problem is, this will keep happening on this extension. So notice there, it's locked in. Insert, remove, and look at that, it's slid again. Now take the extensions that we sell with our GDMUs, and if we make sure that's locked, insert, remove, and you can see it's not moved at all. There you go. So this is one of the reasons why we try to sell customers all of our own mods. The quality control checked. We know what we're dealing with. We're used to the supplier and the stock and the install. And as simple as installing a GDMU that we've installed probably hundreds of times, but one that the customer's provided, has turned out to be a problem with an SD card extension that you probably never expect. Add on top of that issues with PixelFX not working. That involved replacing the entire Dreamcast board to figure that one out. This console's turned into quite a diagnostics attempt. Luckily it's all fixed now, and I've chucked it all on the wiki so everybody can see all the steps and the warnings. On the other side of the problem is also this connector here. So you can see this write protect pin should be beeping, but it's not. It is inserted, but it's got a problem. If we slightly pull the cord or move it, you can see there's the connection. So you can see how intermittent that is. You could insert this, and look there, there's no write protection. So as an extra measure, I just solder these two outer pins together to permanently disable the failure if this isn't inserted correctly. It'll make no difference if you write protect the card, it'll have other issues, but why rely on this really poor connection? Let's just bridge these. And now with those pins bridged, the SD card also taped into place for good measure, and inserted there. We should get the beep on there, and the perfect boot. And we can see now fully assembled. The console doesn't care about the write switch on the actual card, it's only on the internal GDMU. So testing now with the card even in write protect mode, you'll see that this will boot completely fine. So ultimately what we've learned is we always want to bridge this pin on a GDEMU. There's no reason at all not to do that, and it'll prevent any erroneous non-boots. So going forward, all GDEMUs we install will bridge this, and it should solve the problem. I'll get this one back to the customer so they can play some Resident Evil Code Veronica.